Hey, what's up everyone? How you guys doing? Good. Welcome to my Smackdown review. I just moved to my new place now, so this is just, it's my new house now. So, apparently now I'm a little bit excited about the move. It's just, pretty phenomenal. So, this is my Smackdown review. So, here goes nothing. So, yes, please enjoy this review. I just moved to my new place. Sorry, I've been busy, so I haven't had time. Yes, sir, just see what I brought. So the whole night kicked off with Edge coming to the ring pulling a promo apparently, where he talked about what happened last week, where the match ended in chaos, and apparently Edge was seeking vengeance from ADR, and he said, well, Teddy Long got his answer. So we all knew what the answer was, because as Teddy walked out of the ring, that's what we got. So Edge basically called out a Bird Del Rio to come out and have a fight. Basically, we have a Del Rio come out, and then Edge starts a fight. And he just runs in and starts a fight. So basically, that's not what we got. But instead, we got Edge coming in for a fight, and then Del Rio comes out with his rookie Brodus Clay, and so the Bird Del Rio claims that, oh, why is he gonna revoke a fight with Edge after, he did what he did. Apparently, we already know that he's been putting Edge in pain with the cross armbar, most painful injury, which Edge can sell very well. So that's what happens. So they both come out to attack Brodus Clay, and Edge, says, oh. So Edge, starts to strike Del Rio after he says, oh, I don't think so. And then Brodus Clay comes out and strikes Edge, and then Christian comes out to save Del Rio, which was just the best promo ever. It was a good promo. Like, of Del Rio and Edge, the feud has been building up pretty quickly, and it built up pretty well. But with Christian's comeback, I think, Christian should have came back, won the Rumble, and then Del Rio wins the world title from Edge. Edge revoked his rematch clause and have a triple threat match. They could have went from there, but this is going fair enough, because they started off a tag team match, which Teddy Long came out and announced that, there's going to be a tag team matchup, which he did indeed, which is going to be the biggest reunion match. He says it's historic because, it's the reunion of Edge and Christian since 2000, in which they were a great tag team. So, basically, that's what we saw. So they reunite ever since 2004, except Edge and Christian lost, and they were both heels. But I thought that would really be a great match. So I want to see it back from 2004 before Edge beat up Christian, and he was angry with himself. So the reunion really flopped from there because they were both heels at the time, just like when they debuted, they were heels. Sorry if I keep adjusting that. So basically, that's what we got. So moving on, after this segment, we had a promo saying Michael Cole's going to interview John Cena. So a little bit after that, we got Kane versus one of the members of the Core, and then Wade Barrett saying, oh, I don't know why you didn't appreciate us. You made two huge mistakes, which was, doesn't seem as random, but it seems pretty odd because, Wade Barrett and Kane, and sorry if you're not getting a clear view of the television, but, basically Wade Barrett is getting the huge upper hand in the match. He's able to turn the match around, which was just a fairly awkward match, and Kane turns the match around. This was a good match, but then this actually was a good match until every member of the Core come down, and that was pretty odd and random, but you know, so Big Show comes to save Kane from the core, in which apparently did turn the table. So apparently then we had the tag team matchup after commercial. We have Snooki, who's gonna be the guest host of Raw, which we need the whole Jersey Shore crew. We can't have just her. Could have Paulie D and Snooki. So it turned out to be Slater and Wade Barrett versus Big Show. No, Slater and Wade Barrett versus Big Show and Kane. The reunion of Big Show and Kane, who were tag team champions and were great world tag team champions. This is a phenomenal tag team right there. But hey, this was a phenomenal, good match. Even though this was random, but you know, Big Show's feuding with the core right now. This is like Randy Orton feuding with New Nexus. So I don't know if this to be Wade Barrett versus Big Show at WrestleMania. And then hopefully if Husky Harris and Miguel Cuddy can return, they can have their match with Slater and Gabriel, which would be a good match. So basically, Big Show gets a huge upper hand in the match. Wade Barrett is able to turn it around. And eventually soon when Kane tags in, he gets a huge upper hand, which the match eventually soon ended in a DQ. And you can see how everyone just came out, and Big Show was able to clear house. So Big Show used the chair to clear house, and then I obviously saw Big Show attacking Kane. Pretty much had it coming, because you know, Kane did struck Big Show last week, so he's trying to sneak payback from him. So this was a pretty random match, Big Show and Kane, but you can see why they threw them together. You can see the story behind it. When he helped Kane bury alive the Undertaker back at Bragging Rights. So hopefully we see a Wade Barrett Undertaker match, and if Wade Barrett is the first person to be Undertaker, then it'll be great. But then, you know, we saw obviously Kane, you know, is knocked out. You know, it wouldn't be surprising, you know, Kane didn't get up like he usually did when he was first unmasked. So obviously we had the Big Show who tried to snuff payback from Kane, in which he did indeed. So he obviously did strike Kane, which everybody kind of saw coming. And you know, we'll see if Kane sneaks payback from Big Show. Then it could be a triple threat match. So Rey Mysterio's back, and The Rock is guest host, and apparently getting a good WrestleMania. But let's hope The Rock, John Cena, Miz, you know, spice things up. And that was a very good surprise, though. So we look back on last week when Michael Cole was announcing his special referee, and apparently this was hilarious because everybody was chanting Austin because everyone thought Michael Cole was gonna select Austin's referee. Then he tricked everyone, saying "You people are fools." I was actually laughing. He said that "You people are fools," and then he does. The special referee is JBL, and basically JBL was talking about how Jerry Lawler's been bullying Michael Cole, and he calls him a bully and what he's been doing for the past few weeks, and JBL didn't appreciate it. So he thinks he's just going to give him what he deserves, or what Jerry Lawler deserves, and he raises his hand at the end of the match. So Stone Cold comes out, Stone Cold stuns JBL, and then Stone Cold stunned Michael Cole. But, you know, Michael Cole was just begging him and was just surprised that, you know, Stone Cold came out and then threw down some beers, and then he says, "Oh, whoever wants me to sign the contract with me, hell yeah." So that's what the fans got. And so he poured beer all over Michael Cole. It's just the funniest moment of all time. So apparently Michael Cole is just a complete mess, and then he shows him back down, which was just a surprise. It was just oddly hilarious stuff. It was just quite entertaining. So we have Cody Rhodes, who's having a match, but why is he in a suit? I don't know what's up with that, but you know, he still won his match very well, and he has a match against JTG. So JTG gets his match, and you know, basically JTG is now jobbing to Dash and Cody Rhodes. JTG is now in this jobbing position, you know, on SmackDown, but on Superstars, he's really putting on a heck of a show. So basically, Cody Rhodes dashing. Cody Rhodes trying to finish up JTG. So basically it was a squash match. Cody Rhodes fought in this suit. He didn't at least take his shirt off, in which basically he still won. So it was no surprise Cody Rhodes won. And then JTG was, you know, did a good job jobbing, dashing Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is hiding in embarrassment, which was just hilarious. Which now he has a broken nose and he has to wear his Rip Hamilton mask, and it's just classic. Same thing as Christopher Nowinski, where he wore this mask, but hey, they both play great heels. So moving on from that, we have Shawn Michaels talk about Triple H, how Triple H is dangerous, and how his instincts is, and how his history is when friendship or bitterness, which was just an incredible promo, which everybody probably heard already. So moving on, we had John Cena in a Michael Cole interview. So Michael Cole tried to get back to his old interviewing self, and Michael Cole just, sorry. Michael Cole just tried to get back in his old interviewing ways, but then he just snatched the mic from him. So Michael Cole tries to act professional, which I thought was good, and apparently, John Cena pulled off a promo of his own. So Michael Cole just hung out in the back, and then he said, "Oh, the interview is not finished." So, after John Cena had finished saying, "Oh, he's gonna get payback from the Miz," he says the Miz made a biggest mistake. He says, the Miz, made a big mistake cheap shotting John Cena. For those who don't see on Raw, the Miz did nail a cheap shot on John Cena after John Cena strike The Rock with some verbal comments. And he said, "I bring it via satellite." So he says, "Why don't they come and show up?" So we have a John Cena Rock face down. That's probably going to happen sooner than later. We all see it coming, but this is going to be good to see. So predictability's not going to be all that bad. So basically, Michael Cole, starts his interview. He says some heelish interview comments like he did with Jerry Lawler, except it was more different. Since John Cena has no death in the family, he can't really say some harsh crossing the line of what he said to Jerry Lawler. But he says he's scared. And then he says he claims that he thinks the Miz is gonna beat John Cena at WrestleMania, and apparently because Michael Cole's praising the Miz so much because that's his favorite wrestler, so apparently they're trying to build up a good feud. So he says that he likes the Miz more than Cena, even though Michael Cole's a fan of Cena. He was a tweener, but now they're making him a full-time heel, an official heel, because now he's getting so much. So they're making him official. So he claims that John Cena's scared of the Miz, and that the Miz is gonna beat John Cena at WrestleMania. That's what he says through question. And he says, "Oh, you intimidated by the Miz? Are you gonna underestimate the Miz?" And then basically when I have Jack Swagger job Cena, Jack Swagger comes out to attack Cena, which is quite obvious. And why did he have Jack Swagger? That was pretty random. They could have had at least could have Alex Riley come out to help Michael Cole, but Alex Riley's just been a jobber ever since he's been with Miz, and which was quite obvious. But Jack Swagger was just put off a heck of a beat down. And he says, well, Michael Cole claims that he's invincible, he's a beast, which, Michael Cole, if he could compete in the match well on his own against Jerry Lawler, then heck, I would have much respect for him. But to see this happen, but, this is just Jack Swagger doing most of the dirty work for Michael Cole. He tries to do an attitude adjustment on Michael Cole, which apparently did backfire, because Jack Swagger just comes out to make the save once again, so which is quite obvious. So Jack Swagger tries to assault Cena, but instead he nails an attitude adjustment on Jack Swagger, and that was quite it. We could have had a match, but hopefully we have a match on Raw, because Jack Swagger was a former Raw superstar. But SmackDown, he's doing good on SmackDown, but hopefully. I think the Miz is kind of overused, because I think he should have been main eventing on SmackDown, not on Raw. I think that was a little overpushed, but he's doing very well because he has such a good gimmick. Obviously, I was like, man, let's see Lake Cool squash another diva, or I thought they were gonna lose and then have their ups and downs, but it turns out they're back on the same page, which was just, oh man, I kind of like that roller coaster they were having when they were like doing good and then they do bad and then they. But eventually soon they had a match with Caitlyn, which was just it was obvious Caitlyn was gonna win this one, but apparently Caitlyn didn't win. So with help from Michelle McCool, Layla was able to nail her layout. And then after the match, it was kind of inappropriate because you know what happened. They just eventually run her into a steel turnbuckle, which I wasn't very surprised about. So with distraction from Caitlyn, was able to gain her a huge upper hand, which wasn't a surprise right there. So how could she not saw it coming? That was a little botch. And then Layla nails her finishing with a layout, which she able to execute very well. And that was the match. Caitlyn definitely wasn't winning this one. This was an anticlimactic match. And then after that, they do something a little bit inappropriate, which was just, I don't know what the heck was this all about, really. Like, no one made the save. Kelly, Beth Phoenix, and Rosa Mendes. This was just plain silly right now, and this was just anticlimactic match. I'm sorry, but it was anticlimactic, and it was just too predictable. They just had Lay Cool dominate SmackDown, which was, well, at least they're not champions. At least they're not topping main events like McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, Big Show, or Kane. They're just topping other jobbing divas who aren't, who no one really gives a cramp about. So we have Rey Mysterio and McIntyre, which was a good match. McIntyre, who's been a heel for a long time, versus a face Rey Mysterio, who's, Rey Mysterio can't really turn heel. I mean, it's hard to imagine him being a heel. And McIntyre, if he turns face, I don't know if he will, but he could be an official heel. They could be more flexible with him as a face, but, Rey Mysterio is just official face no matter what. So, basically McIntyre, this was a good match. McIntyre getting a good upper hand. I think McIntyre is underrated, I think he should be feuding with Edge for the World Heavyweight Champion, which would have been phenomenal, so... But this match was good. Rey Mysterio was able to put off a good show like always, because he's been doing this since he was like, 16, 17? So apparently he was going to put off a heck of a show, which is just surprising. Drew McIntyre tries to put off a pin, 2, nope, kick out. And this is just a heck of a match right there. So McIntyre and Rey Mysterio put off a good show, so basically I think this match is good. I was kind of into it. Moving on from that Divas match, had that a little bit of thought to it. I was like, oh man, let me focus on this great match, which was just good. Ooh, Rey Mysterio, and then Rey Mysterio was able to put off a win, just like Cody Rhodes did put off over JTG, except Drew McIntyre wasn't a jobber. He actually looked like he had potential to win, which was just a better match than Cody Rhodes and JTG, I have to say, because this match was long, had good pace, but it wasn't even a squash match, so this was a pretty good match, so give a little props for that. This match was way better. And then Cody Rhodes, pulls out the promo saying, oh, are you going to respond to my challenge for WrestleMania? And then, so Cody Rhodes comes out clapping sarcastically, and then he says, are you going to answer my challenge to my match at WrestleMania? So Rey Mysterio says, oh, ain't you afraid to come down because your daddy ain't here to help you? Are you afraid to come down? And he talks about his mask. He got a little personal with this mask, saying, oh, he wears that with honor and integrity. And then Cody Rhodes just rips it out and ruins it, or he just wears it with, just honor and integrity. So So he talks about him wearing his mask with pride, and then he says, oh, so basically he says he wants to kick his butt, Cody Rhodes' butt at WrestleMania. So basically, so that means the match is on. So it's Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio, which would be a great match. Hopefully it doesn't end in disqualification. That's why I like no disqualification matches, because if it does, then it wouldn't be a great show, really, if they book it into a disqualification, really. So, moving on from that, we have Triple H pulling off a promo and which was a great promo. So basically, he talks about his history with Shawn Michaels, how he separates his emotions from his history and from his passion of wrestling. So Triple H comes to SmackDown, which was just phenomenal, and then he shows him his highlights of what he'd done in the past, which was just, Triple H is just, that's why he is where he is. Even as a heel, he played a great heel. Phenomenal, incredible heel. So, but he's very good as a face, so he could be a tweener, to say the least, which he was a tweener. So it basically claims that he's ready to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and he talks about, how Shawn Michaels talked about his history match with Shawn Michaels 2 times. He failed twice to beat The Undertaker, which would be cost of Shawn Michaels to retire. So basically, he says that's emotion. So basically, this is what Triple H talking about. And he claims that, a no-holds-barred match. And he claims that he's ready to have this no-holds-barred match. And that's what Triple H basically said. But this was a great promo. I've really enjoyed it so far. And personally enjoyed it. So, the match was very good. So, Edge and Christian reuniting. So, basically Christian claims that, it's been the past 10 years that, we've been having so much fun together. So this was Christian's interview. Basically, he just talked about, how, we haven't seen 2 tag teams to start off the decade with Edge and Christian from 2000. Well, Edge and Christian did debut in 99, but became a tag team in 2000. So they reunited as faces, and then Edge claims, you ready? And they were ready, but they were best friends, not brothers. So, seems like that's what we got. So, moving on after that, we have the Alberto Del Rio and Brodus Clay versus ENC, in which that match was able to kick off in a phenomenal match. This was better than the Ray RKO reunion, but this match was actually very good. Alberto Del Rio, who's been doing this wrestling for years, have been able to put off a heck of a show with that. This match is very good. This match was very good. Good upper hand though with Del Rio. Del Rio knows how to sell a wrestling move very, very well and very phenomenal. And apparently this was painful, but it's hard to imagine. So Christian was able to fight out of that, and this was just a good upper hand from Alberto Del Rio. And then with Brodus Clay coming inside and tagging him in, Brodus Clay was just a phenomenal. So Brodus Clay was able to get a huge upper hand, and he tries to nail the spear on Brodus Clay. Calvin Brodus, that's where he got the name Brodus Clay from. So he tries to nail the spear, and Brodus Clay was able to knock him off. This is just incredible. This was just incredible highlight right there. I thought that was just impressive right there. You saw that, man. You saw that spear he run into, and then he just headbutts him off. That was just, actually it was a clothesline. But, Brodus Clay was just incredible. I think he does have a future, if the fans really get so behind Brodus Clay, and if he does get this huge push. So, this is just a very phenomenal, incredible performance by Brodus Clay and Del Rio. I think they'll be a great stable. Hopefully become future tag team champions if that was to happen. So, Alberto Del Rio, was able to turn the match, and then Christian was able to get him out the ring, which was just incredible, which was just very great. So apparently, Brodus Clay counters, and then Alberto Del Rio tries to knock him off. The ending was just impressive. The crowd was just so behind it, which proved to be a great match. And is that Scott Armstrong? I thought he was fired. Which everybody claimed was. Oh my word, that was a huge fall. Oh my word. Christian was able to nail once again his DDT. And then Edge was able to nail his boom. incredible elbow drop, which is just great chemistry from Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian, you know, the crowd was just so behind this match. This SmackDown was just actually very good. I personally enjoyed the SmackDown. The SmackDown was actually a very good SmackDown. You know, it was way better than last week. You know, it was more climatic. You know, some stuff was anticlimactic, like Jack Swagger and Cena. We all know Jack Swagger was going to get beat up by Cena. The Lay Cool match was just extremely anticlimactic with Caitlyn. We all know Lay Cool was going to win. Like, I saw that a mile away. And aftermatch of that was just pretty unnecessary. This match was very good. It was just good, solid match. The win was there. They didn't have any inappropriate stuff during the aftermatch, if you know what I mean. Like, Bros K just yells at Del Rio, or Christian and Edge, you know, get mad at each other if they lost, and something like that. But luckily enough, it was solid. But you know, Kane, Big Show, Wade Barrett, we may have a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Hopefully, if that's to happen, I'll be excited. So yes, this is my SmackDown review, and Cody Rhodes and JTG was also anticlimactic. We saw that match one, but why is Cody Rhodes fighting in a suit? That was pretty weird, but yeah, so it was a great SmackDown. I personally enjoyed it. It was good. The end was very good. End was great. McIntyre, Rey Mysterio was a great match, and the promos with Edge and Del Rio was incredible. So I thought this was good. And then Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes' build-up for WrestleMania match will be even better. So, yes, that's my SmackDown review. Please comment below, subscribe to be up there, and rate. And, yes, this is the Red Dog Extreme, and I am taking you to the extreme.